Alright, thank you very much for clicking on the video, clicking on the link. This is Gulpane, and back with a very quick review of Alien vs Predator for the PSP. And this is an interesting one because the Alien vs Predator movies were not great at all. The first one was okay, the second one was atrocious. I don't think there's really been a good Predator film since maybe Predator 1. The one with Adrian Brody wasn't great, and the Alien films, I think the second one kind of peaked, and then I don't really think they got it back after that. Prometheus is okay. But yeah, this one for the PSP, I was expecting a first-person shooter, like the other Alien vs Predator games, where you can pick the Alien, the Predator, or the Marines. In this one, you're the Predator, so you're the heel, and basically you go around in a kind of third-person kind of action game. It's very similar to the other PSP games where you're constantly trying to it's very kind of juddery, or I don't know how to describe it. It's sort of like maybe the frame rate isn't that high or something. I don't know what it is, but you're basically trying to argue with the camera constantly, because the L and R buttons at the top of the PSP, they control the camera, so you're sort of jittering it around. It's not as fluid, as obviously the PSP doesn't have the additional analog stick to control the camera, which is a huge problem, which was very strange if you think about it, because the PSP is obviously, it's Sony, and they had the two analog sticks on the PlayStation 1, and the PSP is way after the PlayStation 1, so it's very strange decision to do it. Obviously they rectified it with the old PS Vita, but this one you go around you go around an area. It's not open world or anything. There's different levels, so you go around to different areas, and you have to basically get the Predator tech, and you need to kind of disintegrate it. And then basically you need to get to the end, which is kind of, I don't know, a lot of the PSP games, the graphics are very nice, the sound is really good as well, but the gameplay is really very, very simple. Particularly the earlier PSP games, where they're still in that mindset of it's a handheld, so we'll make the gameplay sort of very simple, where they should have just kind of, I don't know, just experimented and have different sort of gameplays and stuff. But I don't know, what can you do? So there's a few different attacks that you have as the Predator as well. You can just hit them with the kind of the claw thing. It's mostly aliens that you attack. There are people as well, humans, military people, but the game wants you to sneak past them for some reason. So you can use the Predator cloak, but it's just it doesn't look very cool. It's just the Predator just goes all black, just kind of a really dark shadow. So it's not great. There are additional pieces of gameplay obviously as well, but it's very, very simple. It's not it's not overly complicated at all. It's very easy to get into, and it's kind of boring, to be honest. The few different attacks, there is another attack where you can use the Predator's gun that he or she has on their shoulder, and then it's really, really cumbersome though, because you kind of have to go into a first person mode, and then you have to aim manually with the analog stick, and it's very, very extremely awkward. So I didn't really do that much. I found the easiest thing to do was just go up and just kind of slash the aliens, and they only take a few hits and then they're down. So then some of the levels then, basically I assume it's from the Alien Predator film, although I can't remember the Alien Predator film that much, the first one. I remember when they were, the kind of the basic story of it, when the kind of the Predators put the aliens on a planet, and then they kind of it's like a ritual or something where they have to kill all the aliens. But this one it seems to be from Alien vs Predator 1, because it has the ship, and then it also has the stages after this are basically when you have to go into a town and stuff, and kind of just it's not really explained very well what you're supposed to be actually doing. It's just Alien vs Predator, you're the alien, you kind of have to just go through levels. There is a story obviously, but it's not very fleshed out that much, and I don't know, it's not really to write home about. It's okay, it actually looks really good, that's the thing, and it kind of plays a bit like Primal on the PlayStation 2, or kind of any kind of melee combat, third-person melee combat game. It's not too bad actually. You don't really feel like you're hitting the enemy characters though. You just sort of press the button, and then they just kind of fly away, or they just kind of fall down. But yeah, Alien vs Predator. Let me know if you've played it yourself before on the old PSP or any of the other Alien vs Predator games. And thanks very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Adios.